It's another really beautiful day here in the Atherton Tablelands. We had a wonderful quiet night and taking it very slow this morning. It's probably approaching 9 a.m. at this point and we haven't fully packed up camp, but decided to come down to this creek that runs through the property that we're staying on. It's sort of like a little, 1 kilometre track that they've established along here. And we saw another platypus. That's platypus number 4. The reason that we decided to stay at this property is that we had heard so much about the wildlife here. And this morning we have seen plenty of bird life, lots of turtles, water dragons playing around. And last night I'm pretty sure that I saw a bilby. Allegedly there are some tree kangaroos on this property as well. But they are notoriously hard to spot and I haven't been successful just yet. But, there's time. Decided to slow it right down today. No hiking, no chasing waterfalls. My legs are pretty tired and so instead we're planning to go and visit Lake Eacham. I think that's how it's pronounced. Apparently there is a resident freshwater crocodile that lives in the lake there. But you can also go swimming, so potentially we'll go swimming with a crocodile. After that, we're just going to slowly make our way to Atherton proper. There's some strawberry picking on the way, so that's always fun. And a fresh food farmers co-op in Atherton. Atherton Tablelands is sort of famous for its fresh food because it's got really rich volcanic soils here. So I'm going to stock up the fridge in Atherton. Quite honestly, I could sit here all day listening to the bird song and watching that little platypus play in the river. So lovely. Despite the resident croc, Lake Eacham is a popular local recreation spot in the Tablelands. The lake itself is a former volcanic crater with an average water depth of about 65 metres. All these measurements are just stats until you get there, and really appreciate the enormity of this special geological feature. Here's the thing about me. I am a scaredy cat, and the water here is not very clear. There's a resident crocodile, but often when I'm doing these things, I just keep saying to myself, just do it scared. Just do it scared. What's the worst that could happen? I get eaten by a crocodile. No. It's totally fine. It's gonna be cold, but it's gonna be worth it. Decided to go in where there are more people because safety in numbers. Can confirm that was worth it. It's totally worth it. That was so worth it. The rule is that if you have an opportunity to swim, you take it. You never regret it. Now we are about to leave Lake Eacham. Eacham, we'll go with that. And we've got our tourist map with us today that we're using. What fun. And on our way to Shaylee's Strawberry and Cafe, where we're going to do some strawberry picking. I love strawberry picking. I'm very excited and I'm hungry, so it's perfect. Let's hit the road. Unfortunately, we can't go out there today. Can't pick our own strawberries.
At least we can buy some.
We can buy strawberries, yes, but I was keen to pick some. Well, that was a disappointment. Don't get to pick strawberries today, but we're gonna head into Atherton anyway, where there's a farmers co-op, so there'll be fresh food there from around the Tablelands. currently sitting in a rest stop information centre car park in Mareeba. And you might be thinking to yourself, why Mareeba? What's in Mareeba? Where is Mareeba? And before this week, I was in the same boat. We have just spent the last few days exploring the Atherton Tablelands, chasing waterfalls and eating lots of beautiful, fresh produce from the area. And the reason that I wanted to visit Mareeba, our whole week was actually planned around this, was twofold. A, this is one of the only places in Australia that has some coffee plantations. Australia is not necessarily known for its coffee growing, but has a huge coffee culture. And so I was really intrigued to actually visit a farm myself and see what a coffee plant looks like. This morning we went out to Skybury Cafe and enjoyed some homegrown coffee. It was actually quite a beautiful spot to enjoy a coffee at. It overlooked bushland and all of the coffee groves were behind us. It was great to learn a little bit more about the farming practices in Australia and at Skybury specifically. It's 550 meters above sea level, which is quite a low altitude coffee plantation. These subtropical climates in northern Queensland are quite conducive to coffee growing, but also in the Atherton Tablelands specifically, there are rich volcanic soils here. The reason that coffee plantations are not so common in Australia is the cost of production and labour. In several of the farms in this region, everything is picked and processed by hand. It means that many of the growers here focus on a market that emphasises organic and sustainable and ethical practices, which is really cool. As a certified coffee lover, it was just really fun to go somewhere where coffee is both grown, harvested, roasted, and put on your table. And the second reason that we're here is actually an activity that we have planned for tonight. Mareeba has a drive-in movie theatre and you can actually sleep the night. For $14, we are seeing Beetlejuice and the new Twister movie, and we get to sleep there. There's also some cheap snacks and they have a vegan burger. Amazing. For the minute, we are just chilling out in the information centre car park, which is probably why you can hear a lot of background car noise. Hopefully not, but potentially. And up until now, I've kind of been a bit dubious of information centres. I don't know, I thought like, oh, I'm not a tourist, I'm a local from Sydney and therefore haven't gone into one before. But they had some really fabulous like state maps. Man, I get excited over maps. That I grabbed one for just about every region that they had. One of like full Queensland, which is very exciting. It'll be good because these maps give me information as to whether or not the road is going to be sealed. And that is a mistake that we have made far too many times in both this van and other vehicles in the past. But also, like, you know, they have Driver Reviver coffee, so like free coffee on offer. And the people that work there are really knowledgeable of the area. They often have museums attached to them, which is quite interesting. And they also had a cheap book donation book swap stall, so recommend paying a visit to the information centre. Turns out they're really helpful. So the drive-in theatre opens at 5:30 this afternoon. It's almost 3 o'clock, so got a couple of hours to wait around still, but we're just trying to take refuge in the little shade that there is here because it's currently 32 degrees, and after today we are heading further inland, further west towards the desert, and I do not feel acclimatized yet. 32 is a struggle. It is like really dry, oppressive heat, and it's only gonna get harder. One day at a time. Just take it one day at a time.